Hello everyone, this is Neeraj Anand. I'm a final year BTech student from IIT Jodhpur, pursuing my majors in computer science and engineering department. Today I'm going to show you the demo of the classroom management system, which is a complete backend API infrastructure for teachers and students for IITJ, where the teachers can create a course and add the students to that course. So basically, teachers can manage all of their courses and they can see, they can analyze all the students who have enrolled and who are the active in that courses. So this is basically a sort of alternative of Google Classroom with the limited functionality. So in this particular demo, we will be showcasing the key features of our backend API built using fastAPI, SQL Alchemy, and Python. So first, let's take a look at the API documentation, and we can access this by visiting this URL. So basically, I have already I'll just go through this code in the last. First, we will just see the demo of the API. How is it working? So I have already started the script. So this fast API is already running and it's being served on this. So let's see all of the routes one by one. So as you can see, we have several routes that allow us to manage students and courses in a better way. To begin with, first, let's start by reading the list of all the users in our system. So these can be students as well as these can be teachers. To do that, we can make a GET request to the user's endpoint. Let's see how that works. So let's try this out and I'm going to execute this. And here we have the response. As we can see, these are all the users. Like there can be many, but for simplicity, I have just created some of them and we can just analyze them. So we have the email ID for the corresponding student. We have role 2. So this particular integer basically defines that if the role is 2, it is a student. If the role is 1, it is a teacher. And the ID is 1, which is basically the primary key for that particular row. So then we have is active, true. That means this user has been authenticated by the teacher for the course he has, right? When it is created and when it is updated, all the information is showing over here and we can see all other students and teachers as well. Okay, now let's move on to the next route. What we can do, we can try creating a new user, right? We have this route post request. So let's try this. Now for this, what we need is we need the email and the role. So basically, whenever I want a user to put in my backend to put in my SQL database, to put in my Postgres SQL database, what I need is I need to give this information. For example, um, if I want to add a teacher for this particular course. So what I'm going to do, let's say this is the ID Rajendra Nagar .5 @iitj.ac.in, and the role is a teacher, so I'm going to put 1. If it is a student, I'm going to put 2, and I can just create a post request and let's see the response. Here is the response. We have this user created, and now this teacher is allowed to create courses and is also allowed to add the students in the particular course he is going to teach to the students. So yeah, this is already created. We can even try to analyze for running this query. We should have Rajendra Nagar. Yes, it is over here and the role is 1. That means he is a teacher. Okay, so moving on to the next route, which is basically read user. That means by giving the user ID, I want to analyze that what type of courses this user has enrolled in, or if it is a teacher, what courses he is or she is taking. So for example, if I try user ID 3, right? Over here we saw that user ID 3 belongs to this meena.40 @iitj.ac.in. So let's try to analyze this user. Let's try to read the data, what he or she is having. So once I click on this, I can clearly see that this student is active. However, he is not enrolled in any of the course. Otherwise, I should have seen the course, right? Okay, if I try basically 2, okay, here is the information from the user 2. Okay, for the courses we have the different routes. This is just the information of that particular user. Yeah, so if I try let's say 4, I can see this is Khandelwal.7. He is also a student. His ID is 4. He is not enrolled in any course. Okay, this is how it works. So now let's try to understand how to get the courses of a particular student. For example, if I try 2, user ID 2, I can see this user has not been enrolled in any courses. If I try 3, I can see this user also has not enrolled in any courses. If I try 1, okay, this user, I mean this student has been enrolled. If I try to see the ID 1, I can see the ID 1 corresponds to Neeraj.2, which is basically me. So I have this courses enrolled right now. Here we can see the database course, a core CSC course, the description of the course is given, and introduction to Python, which is a course with the fundamentals of Python. So these are the 2 courses I'm enrolled in. So by just giving the user ID in this get request, I would be able to analyze all the courses I have, or whichever user I'm giving here is enrolled in. So now let's move to the next one, which is create new course, which is basically the functionality that should be used by the teacher. So let's try this out. So let's say if I want to start a course where I want to allow the students to get enrolled in. So let's try to create a new course. So this is my final year course that I have been taking. So data visualization, and in the description I can say that a course to get good understanding of data visualization principles. Okay, so now the user ID, that means I can just add on the all the students who might have requested on our ERP portal, which is a portal which is maintained by our office staff at IITJ. So if as a student I want to enroll in any course, I can register those courses. So what teacher can do, teacher can just pass the in this request body all the JSON response he or she got from the ERP portal, and it will having all those user ID. So for example, if I just, for the simplicity, I can just put in here 1, which is the user ID of Neeraj.2. So that means this student has requested that I want to enroll in this course. So now teacher can just assign that course to him, okay, that he is allowing to take that course. So now we have created this course and user ID 1, that means this is enrolled to this, the student with this ID has been enrolled in this course. Okay, so now let's try to read the course. So we have just created a course with the ID 6. Let's try to do the same if that has been created. Well, yes, it has been created, and this is the only student who has been enrolled in. So if I try to analyze 4, if it has having, yes it is, and it's a fundamentals of software and data engineering course. So I can analyze all the courses over here by giving the course ID, right? And if I want to delete some sort of course, for example, I just created a course, data visualization. Let's try to delete this. Okay, course has been deleted successfully. Let's try to see if that course is deleted or not. So I should get this course has not been found. Well, that's correct. Course not found. That means the course has been deleted successfully. So this is how I can create a course and I can allow the use. I can enroll the students in that course. If I want to update some particular course, I can just give the IDs. For example, for 4 ID we just saw, software and data engineering course. Rather than this course, I want to update. Okay, let's don't destroy the title of the course, which was software and engineering. Let's just update the description that it's only for 3rd year student in the CSC department. So this is how I can, and all the user IDs I will be having for the CSC department. For example, let's say 2, right? Which we can analyze if this is okay. I am having ID, okay, Khandelwal.1 is also CSC students. Let's assign this course to him. So with the ID 4, so I can just give over here 4, and this course has been allotted to him, right? Okay, this has been updated. Amazing. So this is how it works. So thus we can clearly see this this is how the whole complete backend API of classroom management system works. We can enroll different students, we can create new courses from their teachers, we can make active the students who have registered their courses at the ERP portal. So this is how the complete backend. There is no UI over here. So here is the code base for the same of the classroom management system, where we have mainly three components: the database part, the API part, and the migration, how we are handling the migration part. So if we try to dive in to the database part, we have these. We have defined the models for the course and the users, right? So for the course we have mainly these all structure, which is basically after migration, just getting embedded to the tables and the rows to our Postgres SQL database. So yeah, here we can see the different tables we have. Some of them are redundant, just ignore them, but mainly we can see the courses table where we can see the data. Let's see them. So yeah, here are all the courses that we have, and then we have the users data where we can see all the users enrolled in. Here we can see so their role student, so whichever were two, all of them are student, and whichever were one, that is teacher. So this is how the database looks like. And then we have after the models part, uh, we have the API part where we have created different routes using fastAPI for different requests for the users as well as the courses. And then we have this migration script, right, which basically gets run whenever we have some change in the schema of the database. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you. Let me know your feedback.